I'm kind of jumping a little bit here, but talk a little bit about Harry Bliss.
Oh,
His name came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was he? What was his role? He was a guardian, I think.
He was a guardian, and I first encountered Harry when we were in India, and he came and visited there at Maliwada, and I had the responsibility to drive the car from Maliwada to Delhi.
Was this when we were in India, or was this when you were on the
I think,
taking that group around the world?
no, this is when
Whatever
we
you
were
call
in
that.
India.
The Odyssey?
Because, no, we were in India,
Oh,
we were
okay.
assigned there, and it was, it was a group of about 3 of the young men in Maliwada. We were going to a council meeting or something in Delhi, and Harry was there, and he went on the trip with us, and we drove.
So you got to know him pretty well.
We got to know each other quite well. There were about 5, 6 of us in the car, I think. And Harry was a remarkable human being.
A doctor, is that correct?
Yeah, he
And
was
from Maine.
A cardiologist
cardiologist
from Maine.
from Maine.
Groundbreaking cardiologist.
And he was the one who founded the cardiac
Center.
division
At Maine Med.
at Maine Medical, and a very quiet guy, small in stature, and very quiet, but very reflective, and he would do anything that needed to be done, and you wouldn't realize that you were working with a master surgeon.
Yes.
You know, I mean, he never put his credentials up front.
We discovered
he was
more
just-
about him after he died.
Yeah.
I mean, the wide-ranging areas of interest and competence that he had
Yeah.
well beyond medicine. And at his celebration of completed life, we sang Top of the World.
Yeah,
Such a feeling's coming over me. And it was led by his son, who said they always sang it as a family.
right.
Um,
His son was in Satungan
yeah,
for about a year, I guess.
Bill Bliss.
Bill Bliss, and he's now a congregational minister. We're just north
In
of
Bath.
Portland, yeah, in Bath.
But we discovered when we came to Maine that there was significant impact that the movement had on clergy and laity, whom we have run across at
Yeah, yeah,
sort of random settings, who will come up to Joe and say, "I still have a wedge blade on my refrigerator.
yeah.
Still, I look at that every day." I mean, it's just amazing. And Harry was one who lived out of the understanding of RS1 and the service to the world,
There was
especially.
a group of us here, but Harry was a part of it. Don Clark and David Morton
Ed Higgins.
and Ed Higgins and myself and Bill Bliss, and we would meet regularly and have different things that we were discussing, different topics and different concerns that we shared. But Harry was a very quiet kind of a guy. He never put himself out front. You know, I remember first meeting him, and I didn't discover until sometime after I'd been with him for a while that he was a surgeon. Well, come to Maine, and I find that he was the outstanding surgeon here in Maine Medical, and was a real pioneer in creating structures that went way beyond what the hospital had initially planned, you know, and he broke considerable new ground in his own field, and he was a solid churchman,
Yeah, very much so.
very much involved in one of the major churches here in town.
And his connection to the Institute was,
Well, he must have gone through
He
a
was a guardian.
course, and
Yeah, I
we
went to a
don't know
course.
exactly when, but he became a guardian, which was like a patron of the
Yeah.
Institute in terms of advocating for it, probably giving financial support,
Mhm.
and showing up for guardians meetings, and
Yeah.
being a consultant for human development projects, which is why he was in India, I guess, that
That's
time.
right.
Yeah, and I forget that
Consultant.
time that he was in India.
You never met him at all?
I'm sure I did, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.